Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards today for October the 10th. I'm going to be pulling one card for each sign. This is a great way to do a quick check-in on your sun, your rising, and your moon sign for the day. Also, if you know your other placements, like where Jupiter is, Mars is, Venus is, you can pull a lot of good juice from a short little reading like this. Thank you for being here. Those of you who think I am accurate on these little mini readings, you may want to check me out for a live reading or for a 1 or 2 question reading. You can see all about how to do that on my website. For right now, though, let's get started. Aries, you guys have the Queen of Earth showing up here, and the Queen of Earth is just telling me that you're feeling very solid, very grounded today. You also may be feeling very abundant, and you're feeling like sharing some of the good that you have. So you may be hosting or hostessing some type of event, or you may be sharing in some other way, but feeling abundant and like you have plenty to share. We like that. Taurus up next. Empress showing up in reverse. So the Empress in reverse tells me that this could be a day when those of us with Taurus placements could be feeling the pull to act in a codependent type of way. Never really what we want to do. It's not the most healthy thing to do. So if we catch ourselves going in that direction, we want to do something to head that off at the pass if we're able to do that. Okay, so that's for Taurus. Next up, let's look at Gemini. Gemini is what you have showing up here is the Hanged Man. Trying to see if I can get a little less glare on this. I did some different stuff with my lighting, so it's much brighter, and I like that, but I'm not so sure I like the glare. Anyway, Gemini's Hanged Man, but it's the Hanged Man in reverse. Those of you who have been listening to me a while, you know that I see the Hanged Man in reverse as rejoicing, somebody dancing. And that really is implied with this card and this deck as well. So this tells me that you did have a situation that you didn't know how to move forward with. You weren't happy with any of the repercussions with any plans that you were coming up with. You took some time to really think it over, look at it from different perspectives. And what's happened now is that you are moving forward with a solution that you like for this situation. Woo, woo, we like that. Okay, Cancers, you guys are next. And we have the Ace of Earth showing up for you guys. This is just telling me that you are doing something today to help yourself to set some type of foundation. Now, this can be a foundation in your personal life, your work life, your spiritual life, but you're doing something to set a foundation. Yay. Okay, up next we have Leos. So Leos, you've got your card, but it's in reverse. This is telling me that right now your self-confidence may have taken a hit. Bang. This is just, somebody has said some things that, I'm not even going to go there. That's more of my strength card in reverse. This, I think, something has happened that you really had put some heart and soul into, that you really wanted to be successful, and you've hit a setback here. And so I think that your ego is just a little bit reeling on this setback. I do want to say to you that the word that I'm hearing around this is setback. So setback is not such a terrible thing. We don't really have to worry that, you're never going to meet your goal. That's not the case at all. In this case, you are just looking at a delay or an obstacle that you're going to need to get around. But the first thing for you to do that is going to be to bring that self-esteem back up again, to have confidence in yourself that you can overcome this obstacle so that you can. All right. Next up we have Virgos. Okay, so Virgos, 3 of fire. We like it, like it, like it. This tells me you're either making travel plans or you're making some other long-term type of plans. Some of you, you may actually be traveling today, but for me, More often, this is about making some kind of plans, travel or otherwise, that are more on the long-term end of things. Okay, so let's see. Next up, we're going to look at Libra. So Libra is what we have showing up for you guys is the Seven of Fire. We like the Seven of Fire. Seven of Fire means that you are putting up some boundaries between yourself and somebody else. Generally, when we see this, you're doing this for your own self-health, just to take care of self as you move forward. Um, and the other thing that this is, which is really the same thing but worded a little bit differently, so a slightly different perspective, this is also holding your own. So for those of you Libras who are going through some kind of courses, this talks about, being in a good place with those things that you need to study or learn today. If you're working on some type of financial goal, you're holding your own as you work towards that. So there's something here that, you're not letting distractions or things that are going to drag you away from your goal, you're not letting those influence you. You're holding your own. Okay? So let's see. That was Libra. Next up, Scorpio. Okay, so for those of us who have Scorpio placements, we have the Six of Fire. Now, the Six of Fire does mean that we have worked on something that not only benefits ourselves, but also benefits other people as well. And now that is actually completed, and we are hearing messages of appreciation from somebody else or from maybe even multiple other people. So some type of message of appreciation for some type of work that we've done that benefits more people than just ourselves. All right. Next up, let's look at Sagittarius. By the way, for those of you who are curious, this deck is called the Good Tarot. So Sagittarius, you guys have the Hermit showing up. This is what some people would consider to be the Virgo card, and I'm picking up that some of you are interacting with somebody who has Virgo dominant in their chart today. That does not really tell you a whole lot because most people just, well, I don't know if most people, but a lot of people just know their sun sign. They don't know their rising or their moon sign. And what I find is a lot of times these cards will talk more about somebody's rising sign or somebody's activities than their actual sun sign. So Hermit is somebody that you're interacting with today who is, I think they're doing something to become very well grounded. They may be trying to go into recluse mode, and I think that's really interesting because this is someone that's showing up that you're interacting with, because innately with the Hermit card that talks about going off by yourself, not really participating actively with the world as you're trying to sort of straighten things out and find your grounding and your perspective again. So this is somebody that you're interacting with, and the whole interaction might be, I need some time alone. I need some time to think things out. That very well could be what's going on here, Sagittarius. So somebody who is taking some time like that is somebody who feels like they have a lot to sort out. They need to figure out what their priorities are. They need to figure out what makes them tick, what makes them trigger, what makes them happy. And they need to, deactivate some triggers and set their priorities so that they know what direction to go moving forward. The best thing you can do for somebody who needs some time like this is respect that and let them do this because they need to for their own mental health purposes. Okay, so Sagittarius, that's you interacting with somebody who needs some time alone. Next up we have Capricorn. Capricorn, you guys have a really great card, Fortune's Wheel. I think this is an interesting card because you've got a person and it looks to me like they're kind of looking down into a well. So this is a really different depiction of the Wheel of Fortune, what it would normally be in another deck. And I feel like this is talking about being able to look into the future based on the things that you're doing today and to reasonably expect good outcomes. So in a way, I think that you guys, let's see, Capricorns, are laying a sturdy foundation for the future. For some of you, it's going to have to do with a personal relationship or a love relationship, but not for everybody. For some of you also, I'm seeing all this gilded stuff here. For some of you also, it's going to be financially. And for a few of you, this is going to be setting up something that um, is going to create a strong foundation as far as your calling or your work that combines that with the calling or the work of your romantic partner or your love interest, to where you guys are both feeding off of each other and benefiting each other financially as well as emotionally. Pretty big stuff there. We like that. All right, so that's Capricorn. Next up, let's look at Aquarius. Aquarius, patience in reverse. This is exactly what it sounds like. This is something going on that you are having a hard time showing any kind of patience about. You just want it to happen, and you want it to happen right now. And for this to come up as your card of the day basically means that this is going to be something that you're really focused on for a significant part of the day. All right, so that's for Aquarius. Next up, we're looking at Pisces. Okay, so Pisces, we have the Ace of Water showing up here. This is just telling me, wow, Pisces. I'm pulling up a little something different on this card than what I usually do psychically. So basically, this is telling me that you have a new appreciation for yourself starting today. You're starting to understand some of your positive attributes in a way that you never understood them or saw them before. For some of you, this is going to be because somebody else points them out to you. For some of you, you're going to be hearing something on like a podcast or a YouTube or something like that that's just going to get you thinking in this direction where you're learning to appreciate yourself more. So very interesting. We like that. That's a great card. There's been a lot of great cards today. We like those. Thank you guys very much for being here. Everybody remember the contest is still running, so go ahead and comment down below this video to get an entry into the contest. Choices of prizes are either the goodie bag that I'm putting together as the month goes by, or a live 30-minute reading with me, or a Reiki session, or 28 Reiki candles. Whatever flips your trigger is going to be just fine with me. But first you have to win, and you don't get to win unless you put a comment down below my videos. At the end of the month, we'll go ahead and pick a winner then. So stay tuned for that. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you to those of you ordering private readings, private Reiki sessions, and Reiki candles. And thank you, of course, to everybody who is viewing, sharing, thumbs upping, and commenting. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day.